Hey everyone, this video is about finding and gathering and creating evidence for case number 12 during streaming in the Christmas cases. Hopefully by now, if you've been assigned to case number 12, you're very aware that this is not a group project, it is not a group presentation. You are not having to present anything. This used to be a group research project and presentation. Because of COVID, we're not doing all that stuff. We're still going to do the research to create the argument, to create the slides, to turn in, but we're not going to have to do a presentation on it, so you don't need to lose sleep over that. Hopefully by now you've read also this document about the Christmas cases. We've watched the video about it, okay? And you know that can we create evidence to use in our case? Yes. Yes, you may, but it must be to benefit your case. The holes in your cases provide your group, really the individual, with the opportunity to create a strong argument. That being said, you guys know in case number 12, drummers drumming, the fate of Santa Claus and whether or not he exists is up for grabs, okay? If you're on case number 3, French ends, or case 5, golden rings, you don't need to watch this video because there's other videos on Google Classroom with the YouTube channel that pertain to you on this. This is just about case number 12, drummers drumming. There's a prosecution and there's a defense, okay? I'm going to start the prosecution, so if you're on defense, hold tight. We'll get to you in a minute. Hopefully you've read this by now and you know that you are representing Operation Retail and you are going up against the Scientific Association of Holidays to prove that Santa Claus exists. Now, that being said, how will you create or find evidence to support your case? Let's take a look at this. So I gave you guys some tips down the bottom. First thing, you're trying to prove Santa Claus exists. Oh my gosh, I don't care what you think about in your personal life. Your job in this situation is to prove that Santa Claus is real, okay? That being said, have you ever seen any sightings of Santa? Okay, Google it, see what pops up. I mean, I'm not kidding. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of sightings of Santa online on YouTube. Find you a video clip. That can be evidence number 1 right there, because if he doesn't exist, how in God's name is there a video of him flying through the air? Okay, so remember that. I'm going to skip this one. We're going to come back to it. How much money does the Christmas business bring into the economy each year? Think about this. Toy companies across the world want kids to believe in Santa Claus because boom, 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 money, money, money. It stimulates the economy. It creates jobs. It gives people money for them to spend on Christmas stuff. This is a huge aspect of our economy. We depend on Santa Claus to be real to help our economy flourish. So find out how much money the Christmas business brings in the economy each year, because that is key. That is people's jobs, their livelihood, and their ability to spend money, okay? Which is what the economy is all about. Right now, in 2020, businesses have closed left and right, leaving our economy in the slump. And we're really hoping that Christmas kind of stimulates the economy back up moving again, okay? So that's an important part of our economy is Santa Claus. So find out how much money the Christmas business brings into the economy each year. How many mall Santas are out there on average in America? Think about this, that for every mall that has a Santa, that's a job created, okay? So there's 100 malls in America, and there's way more than 100 malls in America. That's 100 jobs created for people, and when they get paid, they turn around, they spend their money stimulating the economy, okay? So that's a big deal because malls having Santa Claus at their mall, that creates jobs, which pays those people for performing their job, which then in turn allows them to spend money in our economy. So that's a big deal right there. So find out how many mall Santas there are on average in America. If you struggle with this, think about it simple. How many malls in America are there? Because every single mall in America is going to have a Santa Claus. Odds are they probably have multiple people on payroll playing Santa Claus. So if you went to Triangle Town Center in Raleigh, they may have 2 different Santa Clauses there. That means 2 people have a job there playing Santa Claus. That means 2 people are being paid to play Santa Claus, which means they can spend their money in other businesses, which stimulates the economy. So that's important, okay? Find out what Santa represents in our current culture. Think about this. Yeah, Christmas morning, you're running down the stairs, Santa's left you gifts under the tree, and you get excited to open them. And you bought your mom and dad a gift as well, and you get excited when you watch them open up their gift or your gift to them, and it makes you feel good. So Christmas isn't really about getting, it's more about giving. So see if you can figure out what that means. Google it. You may have to read a little bit. I want to warn you that you may have to read a little bit. Last but not least, look up NORAD. Find out what NORAD stands for. Find out what they do on Christmas Eve. This is huge. This is important. If this was a wrestling match, this would be John Cena's Attitude Adjuster, or the Stone Cold Steve Austin Stunner, or the Diamond Dallas Page's Diamond Cutter, or Batista's Batista Bomb. This is your finishing move right here. Look that up. That is huge. A huge smoking gun, okay? Now, you're going to come up and find other reasons why Santa Claus exists, okay? You need at least 5 pieces of evidence. And please remember, when you look at your checklist, every time you find a piece of evidence, you got to tell me what it is, how it relates to the case, and you must have a visual go along with it, okay? You must have a visual goes along with it. So keep that in mind as you're doing your research. If you find something great, you got to be able to visually back it up, okay? Because if I say, I saw Jay-Z at the club this past weekend, and you're like, for real, prove it. How can I prove it? With a visual aid, okay? So make sure you have a visual aid for all of these, okay? That being said, that's the prosecution. If you're on defense, you know that you kind of have a weird job. You must prove that Santa Claus does not exist. Oh, no. If he does exist, you're going straight to the naughty list now, but that's okay. We're going to take our emotions some away for this because we have an argument that we must prove, okay? So, in this situation, your job is to prove that Santa Claus does not exist. You are representing the Scientific Association of Holidays on this. So, whether you like it or not, your job is to prove that Santa Claus does not exist, okay? So, check this out. A few tips. How much food or drink can a stomach hold before bursting? Why would that be important? Think about it. Who would need food or drink? Oh, I know at our house we leave milk and cookies for Santa Claus. So that may be important because, after a few houses, his stomach may get full. Okay, I see where you're going with this. Okay, so find out how much food or drink can a stomach hold before bursting. Hey, how is it scientifically impossible for reindeer to fly? Find out the physical aspects of reindeer. I know for a fact they don't have wings. So find out why it's impossible for reindeer to fly. You may have to do a little bit more math and find out how fast would Santa have to travel to visit all the kids in the world. I mean, here in America, even if you say 200 million homes, how fast would he have to travel to get to all 200 million of those homes? So you're going to have to do some math in this, okay? Also, one thing to think about, why does Santa visit some families but not others? Now, you'll have to have visual proof of this, okay? So you'll have to get tricky with this, because remember, everything you present, you got to be able to tell me what it is, how does it relate to the case, and have a visual aid. One more thing. How much money does the toy industry bring in during the Christmas season? Why are people buying toys when Santa's supposedly coming to visit? Find out how much money, like Lego or Fisher Price, find out how much money they make during the year, okay? Especially during the Christmas season. They want your kid to believe in Santa Claus because they're going to get paid because parents supposedly go out and buy gifts, So find out how much money the toy industry brings in because that seems key right there, okay? Of course they want you to believe in Santa Claus because they get paid, okay? These are just some tips. Like I said before, you need at least 5 supporting details. You can have more than 5 supporting details, but 5 is the bare minimum. This, honest to goodness, you could probably do 20 pieces of evidence on this one right here. So, do 5, bare minimum. You can have more than 5 and go from there, okay? This can be more of a factual, scientific, grounded argument, whereas the people arguing that Santa's real may have more of a magical kind of argument, okay? If you have questions, do not hesitate to send me an email, okay? Also, if you watch this video and you're not part of case number 12, what are you doing, bro? There's another video on case number 3, another video on creating and finding evidence for case number 5 on the YouTube channel and Google Classroom. So check them out, bro. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.